have snow on top of them. And if you look at the one in the center, you know, you have a crest on the left and you have one on the right, and you have the highest point in the center. That's Humphreys Peak, folks. It's 12,633 feet, and that's the highest point in the state of Arizona. I hiked that twice this year. It was amazing. So I'll be sharing some of that footage here in the near future. I came out south of Winslow, Arizona, where I live. I'm about, approximately 10 miles south of town. Way off in the distance there, I don't know if you can see it or not, but that's the city of Winslow. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm having trouble seeing it in the viewfinder here. But that's Winslow, that's where I live. And you see the semi-trucks on the interstate, that's Interstate 40. If you go east from here, you go to Holbrook, Arizona, and then eventually to Gallup, New Mexico. And if you go west to where those mountains were that I showed you a minute ago, over here, over to Humphreys, that's Flagstaff, Arizona. I have some grass here. This is going to be the first thing that's hopefully going to be exposed once I get this small flame. I have my second layer, which is some small pencil-sized and smaller sticks. That's going to go on top after the grass ignites. And I found a 30-06 casing out here. It's kind of cool. So I'll take some 4/0 steel wool to that, put it in my drill. If you haven't seen that video, check that out. I'm going to clean this up and use it. Just found this. Broken, obviously. It's been out here a while, but it does throw a spark, so that's cool. If I didn't have a ferrocerium rod, I could use something like this, so I'm going to hang on to that too. I have some more small stuff here I'm going to put with my pile, and I found a couple of these little fluffy guys. These guys like to ignite pretty well. I'm not worrying about bringing all the wood here today because I'm going to make my fire right down here, and all of the fuel wood is close enough. I don't need to bring it. I just need the small stuff close. I have my small little bit of tinder, I've got my grass, and I have my small stuff that's going to go on after the grass. And then of course you can see my fuel off in the background. And you might be wondering, what am I going to use for an ignition source? Well, today I happen to have in my pocket a lightning strike, and this is, in my opinion, one of my favorite fire starting devices. Let's see what else I have in my pocket. Looks like I have a good old-fashioned tampon, folks. You might be wondering why do I have a tampon That's because these are full of cotton, and these make really good fire starting tinder. So I'm going to just pull this thing apart, and I'm going to rough up this thing and get these fibers exposed, and I'm going to use this as my tinder today. I'm just roughing up these fibers because I want to get as much airflow into this as possible. I like using these because, you know, I keep them in my pocket quite often, not just, you know, just all these little tampons, because they're small and they're full of cotton, and in the event that I get any kind of injury or cut myself or something, they work good for first aid as well. So they're not just a fire making implement. I can use them for first aid. I can use them for in some cases I can use them for water filtration. They're just really good to have around. Really good. So I've beefed up the fibers, opened them up. I see right here close to me a couple more of these little guys. So I'm just going to kind of pick those and get them ready. And basically this cardboard that comes off of these tampons, or if you're using the ones with the plastic inserts, the cardboard can work as a fuel, you know, like kindling. And if you have the type that has plastic, that works well also. So I'm just gonna sit here with my lightning strike. Let's go ahead and get that thing lit. I'm very slowly gonna put some of this stuff on. I want to make sure that I keep the airflow so I don't get going too crazy. Let's put this small stuff right on the top. It's really cold outside right now, so I'm just going to let that go for a minute. And in the meantime, I'm going to come off over here, get some firewood for it, some fuel. So instead of bringing the all the stuff to my fire, I just decided to make my fire close to where the fuel is. So I'm just using a small teepee style technique here. If you see a lot of smoke, that generally means that you need more airflow. But there's a lot of good dead branches right here. I don't know. Somebody must have dumped some old tree clippings or something out here. But that's perfect for me, because I can use that to help me with my fire. So I lucked out because of somebody's trash. Looks like I need some more smaller stuff because I'm starting to die down a little bit. But this fire ain't going nowhere, folks. This fire is going to be successful, I can tell you that right now. You know, it's funny because when I come out and I do things like this, my dogs, they often look at me like they're just deep in thought, wondering why I come out and make all these fires and do all these things. It's kind of funny. They just look at me like I'm crazy sometimes. Here's something made out of plastic or something. I'm going to go ahead and throw that on there because plastic is kind of an accelerant, and that'll take off and help melt. So out here in the desert, you can see that I didn't have much for choices when it comes to fuel. There's not a lot of wood fuel out here, but we do what we can with what we have, you know. But it's a lot of fun to come out, spend time with the dogs because they love coming out doing this kind of stuff. I love coming out because I get to practice my techniques, and I'll tell you, this is probably one of the best therapies that a person can have in their life, is coming out and doing bushcraft type stuff. I know it certainly eases my mind a lot. If I got something that I need to go out and think about, or if I have a problem in my life, I come out and do stuff like this, and it just helps me heal. I'm not saying I have a bunch of problems. I'm just saying when I have those days that are challenging, that's usually some of the days that I film the best videos that I've produced is on those days, because I come out and I focus solely on the technique of bushcraft or woodcraft, whatever I'm working on that day. So it's a lot of fun. I'll put it right on the top and let it burn in half. So this video, this fire, is basically my entry into Long13hair's Ferro rod giveaway. He's got a few rules to enter the giveaway. First rule, you got to be a subscriber to his channel, Long13hair. Second rule, you got to do a video response, kind of like what you see here. You got to do a VR. The third rule, you have to have a drink with them. So in my case, I'm going to have a sip of water. Cheers, Long13hair. You know what? Hang on a minute. I'm from Arizona. Let's have some good old-fashioned Arizona iced tea with Long13hair. Cheers, bitches. Yeah, that beats the water. What are the rest of the rules? Show the implement that you're going to use to make your fire. I showed you the tampons, and I showed you the lightning strike. Now when it comes to lightning strike, I want to give you guys a heads up. Stay tuned. I will be giving one of these away in the near future, so stay tuned. I just ordered 4 of them yesterday. So you have to show the implement that you're going to use to make the fire, and of course, if you can make a fire. This contest for Long13hair's Ferro rod giveaway is worldwide. Winners will be picked. They'll be drawn out of an ammunition can. And good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching.